Good morning. It is a snowy day. We have officially, as of last night, been hit by Winter Storm Fern. So we are just cozying up with sweaters and blankets and stuff. We fortunately haven't lost power. My parents and one of my sisters did back in Texas. They've lost power, so we're trying to keep in contact with them as much as possible today and make sure they're all okay. Those of you out there that are affected by the storm, I hope you guys stay warm. I hope you stay safe. But let's get into it. So, welcome back to another episode of Author Diaries. Hold on, put my coffee down. Last video, we ended on about 75,000 words. And today, we are finishing the manuscript. It's a snowy day. I don't have anywhere to go. I don't have anything to do. We're finishing the manuscript today. We're gonna get to 80,000 words minimum. If we get over 80,000, then like extra special treat. So I actually, this last week, okay, so you remember the last video that I was like, I'm at 75,000 words. I've like hit a wall, and we went to the thrift store because I couldn't think of anything else. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna take the rest of the week, and I'm just gonna, step away for a second. And what I had done, this was actually like a couple weeks ago, I had let my little sister, who's really into, romantasy and like fantasy romance books, like, me and her basically read the same books. Like, if you've seen the kind of books and stuff I recommend on here, you get it. Anyways, so I had let her read the prologue in chapter 1 of Soul Resonance, and she had mentioned, she was like, I think you need to do like an entrance exam, because like the book starts with Kaida, our main character, like chapter 1, Kaida, our main character, is like getting dropped off at Erebus, the university, and like, like in some books, like when you have this kind of like school angle, there's always like 4 chapters before like we get into the school and the class starts or whatever. I don't really like slow beginnings like that. I like a lot of books where like we kind of are just like, we have like maybe a chapter or 2 where we're like setting it up, like we're doing, some kind of entrance, thing or whatever, and then we're like in the school. Not like Harry Potter, where it takes like 11 chapters kind of situation for Harry to like even get to Hogwarts. But those things fit for those books. I didn't think that necessarily fit for Soul Resonance and like everything that goes on in it. So anyways, but it was something that I had been, I kind of didn't really give much thought to initially, until this last week, and then I started thinking about it a lot more. And my husband had, he tried to convince me to watch the TV show The Magicians, and he had showed me a clip from The Magicians like entrance exam that Quentin and whoever go through to get into there. And then we start talking about the like tune-in exam with Naruto, and so this idea had really got stuck in my head. So I started in my handy dandy Grimborn series journal. I literally, hold on, let me show you. I started drafting like just this idea of this exam, and then I decided, I already had the idea for like an epilogue. I hadn't written one yet, but I had the idea for one. So I started like drafting notes and like just, thoughts and phrases and things like that for an epilogue. So what we're gonna do today, and I think both of these things are really gonna like push me over that word count thing or whatever, the word count goal that I have. So we're gonna go into the manuscript, and we're going to rework chapter 1 to fit the entrance exam. The entrance exam is going to end up being chapter 2, so the current chapter 2 is going to get kind of pushed back, and then like obviously everything else is going to get pushed back, and then we're going to do the epilogue. And yeah. And also because of like how my desk is set up, we're just like front row seat to watch all the snow. Like here, give me a second, I'll show you. Just here with this, and then we have the window. We're watching all the snow come down. A very cozy writing morning. So let's get into it. Also, if you're new, just really quickly, if you're new here, hi, my name is Abigail Rose. I am an aspiring author, and I post a lot of bookish related things, as well as, you know, different just like vlogs and things about my writing. I'm currently working on a fantasy romance novel called Soul Resonance about a university for Grim Reapers. And like I said kind of in the earlier part, I'm hoping that I will finish this manuscript today, and then here in the near future, hopefully, we will be able to get it published for all of you guys to read. Curious as to what happened to the shark bowl. He's here next to my candy jar that I had got on a different thrift store trip, but he houses crystals, rocks, gemstones, my bracelet. I have an amulet in here too. See, my rose quartz amulet. So yeah, a lot of my crystals and gemstones that I use are in here, and then this is just some more crystals and rocks and things that didn't necessarily fit in the shark. Okay. There's a lot of chapter 1, like dialogue and conversations and things that I really like. And so now I'm trying to figure out a way to like keep it, but also incorporate this like entrance exam angle. This, friends, is why you should probably intensely plot your novels before you write them. I unfortunately am a like half pantser, half plotter. So like, I mean, if you've seen some of my plotting stuff, like I will plot characters, I'll plot settings, I'll plot like the general like actual plot line in the story, and I'll create like an outline, like a chapter outline for the first draft. Any subsequent draft after draft 1, I am not like making a new outline. I'm not like going really hard into like, I don't know, any of the like planning stuff. Like I'll make notes, like additional notes as I think of stuff, which is like why I have like journals and like notes pages and things, like, or like, you know, my board up here or whatever as I go on, but I won't like make a new chapter outline. And I feel like if I did, you know, like if I went through the effort of like, let's make a new chapter outline for draft 2 that includes and incorporates all my notes, I would not be doing what I'm doing right now. Well, you win some, you lose some. Okay, just checking in. It is 11:20 right now. We started writing at about 8 something. I don't actually remember the actual time. I just know it's like 8 something. Anyways, when we started writing, so it's been a couple hours. I finished the new updated chapter 2 with the entrance exam, and then like adjusted all the chapter titles for like numbers, I guess now. So we now have 34 chapters instead of 33, and we're at 78,116 words. So we are literally so close to finishing. I'm gonna start the epilogue right now, and after the epilogue's over, then we should be done, which is very surreal to me thinking. But yeah, it's not like snowing outside anymore. The snow has kind of shifted to like freezing rain, like almost sleet. So I've just kind of been watching that come down as I've been writing. But yeah, like I said, we're gonna do this epilogue, and then we're gonna see where we're at. Okay, it is 1:11. Oh, my hair looks crazy. It is 1:11. Still snowing, freezing rain outside, but I wanted to check in because we did it. It has been a long journey to get here. I mean, you guys know I started this draft back in right around Christmas, I guess. Back in December is when I started this draft. So now we're at the end of January. It's been about a month since I started working on this draft, but overall it's been almost a full year now since I started working on this book. I started plotting and planning it and kind of got this idea about a year ago when I was finishing up another novel that I was writing, In a Field of Hyacinths. And like we kind of talked about before, I was like querying that novel and like it wasn't really doing well. It wasn't that novel's time to shine. And I got the idea for this, you know, and I started working on it, and so it's really exciting to kind of be at this point with it. And so what I'm gonna kind of do next is, now that we're kind of done with draft 3, my very lovely sisters, I have two, well, I have a lot of sisters, but that's not the point. I have 2 sisters who are really into fantasy books, and so I always let them read, usually my like 3rd or 4th draft. My husband will probably read it too, and I'll have them read it, I'll get their feedback on it, and then I'll kind of go back into it and start draft 4 kind of after they finish it, and then we'll see where we're at. Hopefully after draft 4 we'll be at a closer place to ready to start like querying it and getting it ready to send off to like agents and things. So it's all very exciting. I probably, while they're reading the book over the next couple of months, will start working on, I'm either gonna work on book 2. I have most of book 2 pretty much like plotted already, or I have an idea for like a totally different book, a totally different series, and I'll start like working on that, like really like plotting it and like working on the characters and stuff, building up the world. I haven't decided which one I'm gonna do, so I guess we'll find out. But yeah, thanks for coming along with me.